Wait, it wasn't called that last time. Greetings and welcome to Cliffieland. This is weekend country number 46 on our second attempt of cooking the food of every country in the world, and tonight we're up to the nation of Czechia! Hey, wait a minute, Czechia? What's a Czechia? Well, formerly known as the Czech Republic, what is present-day Czechia was originally formed in the 8th century. Since then, it was conquered just about by every empire and kingdom that worked its way through the area, until it was eventually joined with its neighboring state, Slovakia, to become Czechoslovakia. It stayed that way through the Cold War and Soviet domination until in 1989, the Velvet Revolution saw it become a non-communist state, and then in 1993, they went through the Velvet Divorce and separated from their neighbor state, Slovakia, to become the Czech Republic. After that, they wondered for years, hey, why does everyone else get in place of IA name? See entries Romania, Serbia, Slovakia, Slovenia, Romania, probably Macedonia, and then all of the stands, but that's a different conversation. And they said, hey, we're the land of the Czechs, we should be Czechia. So, over the years, they started to move to get people to call them that, and then in 2016, they finally made it official and said, that's our name, use it! So that's what we're doing. The food of the place is very interesting. It's very much like that of its Central European neighbors. There's lots of pork, cabbage-based dishes, vegetables, potatoes, and one ingredient you'll most notably find in Czech dishes, which is caraway seeds, and we're going to be seeing that tonight in our 4 dishes. And our 4 dishes are, and please forgive me, I'm trying to get the pronunciation right on these. Vepřová Pečene, or roast pork, Houskove Knedliky, or yeast dumplings, Červené, or red cabbage, Okurky v Kyselé Smetaně, or cucumbers and sour cream. These are the same 4 dishes we did last time, so let's take a look and see how things went then. Well, 4 years ago on the Global Cooking Challenge, I happened to be talking to a Slovenian and she told me that the cucumbers should have their skin on. That really wasn't a great suggestion. So they were sort of okay. The pork roast came out rather well. The cabbage was a little bit overdone because I really kind of did a weird thing with the dumplings, and we're gonna see how that works this time. Short answer, I kind of burned my face. As always, you can find out all about this at cliffieland.com. But as for tonight, let's take a look at the ingredients involved in tonight's 4 dishes. First, for the Vepřová Pečene, or roast pork, we'll need 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon of prepared mustard, 2 tablespoons of caraway seeds, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, a 2-pound pork roast, 1 medium onion chopped, a half a cup of beer or water if you prefer, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of butter, and 2 to 4 cloves of garlic cut into sticks. Next, for the Houskove Knedliky, or yeast dumplings, we'll need 1 1/8 teaspoons of active dry yeast, 2 cups of lukewarm water, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of salt, 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 egg, and 1 cubed bread roll or 2 slices of white bread cubed. Then for the Červené, or Czech red cabbage, we'll need 1.5 pounds of thinly sliced red cabbage, 1 onion chopped, 1 tablespoon of butter, 1.5 cups of water, a half a cup of white vinegar or apple cider vinegar, we've gone with apple cider vinegar here, a half a cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper, a teaspoon of caraway seeds, and 2 teaspoons of flour. Then for the Okurky, Kyselé, Smetaně, or cucumbers and sour cream, we'll need 3 cucumbers peeled and sliced, 1 cup of sour cream, several sprigs of dill diced, and 1 clove of garlic minced. Okay, this should be interesting. Note, on the dumplings recipe, since I had this weird screw up last time that they were kind of very dense, I decided to go with a different recipe this time that involved yeast in order to make them a little bit lighter. However, as you'll see in the video, the yeast never really activated, which led to a whole series of events, which led me halfway through to basically go back to doing things the way they were in the first recipe. So it's a weird melding of the two. Still, you'll see how it works out. Take it away! Scoop the sour cream into a large bowl. Mix in the dill and garlic and mix until blended. Fold in the cucumbers, then mix with a rubber spatula until fully coated. Transfer to a serving dish, refrigerate for 3 hours before serving. In a bowl, dissolve the yeast and lukewarm water, add sugar, and place someplace warm until foaming. Meanwhile, in a large bowl, place flour and salt, whisk together, mix in the egg and bread cubes, then mix in the yeast mixture and knead for about 10 minutes. Fashion 4 rolls and place them on a lined baking tray. Clearly this part didn't work out for us. Cover and place someplace warm for 1 hour. Bring a pot of salted water to a boil. Now, since our dough didn't come together and rise, we went back to the original recipe. Set down a clean dish towel, scoop half of the dough, roll up the towel, making a loaf of dough in the center. Set aside, and repeat with the remaining dough and towel. Carefully place the towels in the boiling water and boil for 20 minutes. Using tongs, carefully remove them from the water. Quickly and carefully unwrap. Leaving them in too long makes them denser. Slice into servings. With a knife, make slits on all sides of the roast. Carefully place the garlic sticks into the slits. In a bowl, mix vegetable oil, mustard, caraway seeds, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and mix it all together. Preheat your oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Rub the mixture over the pork roast. In a roasting pan, place chopped onion and beer. Place the pork roast on top, cover with foil, and roast at 325 Fahrenheit for 1.5 hours or until it reaches your desired level of doneness. Turn over halfway through and baste occasionally. Remove from the oven when it reaches the proper internal temperature. Remove the roast and place it on a plate. Cut the string, cover with foil and let rest for 10 minutes. Pour out the contents of the roasting pan, place it in a saucepan and add in the butter and flour and reduce it into a sauce. Heat your butter in a large saucepan over medium heat. Add the onions and saute until starting to brown. Add water, vinegar, sugar, salt, and pepper. Bring it to a boil, add the cabbage, stir to combine. Gently breaking them up with your hands, add the caraway seeds. Boil gently for 30 minutes until softened. At the end, add the flour to thicken for a few minutes. Remove the cucumber salad from the refrigerator, plate the servings of the dumplings, plate servings of the cabbage, slice the pork roast, plate servings of the pork roast, pour the sauce over the pork and dumplings, and serve hot. How did it all go? Well, this time we actually had a guest for dinner too, which was lots of fun, so we'll take this dish by dish. On the roast pork, it was interesting that I managed to use the trick that I learned for Croatia a couple of weeks ago to do the pork roast this time, that is putting the garlic into the meat first. Also, I was happy that it wasn't at a low temperature like Cuba a few weeks ago, which never seemed to get it ready. Still, the meat wasn't at the right temperature when I needed it to be, which was a problem. I cranked it up a little bit till it was the right temperature, and it tasted really great. It tasted really great, and that's a score. So I'm giving the roast pork 5 out of 5 globes. Terrific. I just wish my oven worked better. As for the cucumbers and sour cream, they were very nice. There really wasn't a whole lot to it. I probably should have used a little more dill. Still, they were really good. I'm giving the cucumbers and sour cream 4 out of 5 globes. Delicious and basic. Let's talk about those dumplings. If you're one of the people watching us on our live streams, you probably saw me completely freaking out at the mess that I was making, because it was kind of scary. But surprise, surprise, it actually kind of worked. They weren't really super fluffy, but they weren't dense either. They tasted really nice. So I'm going to be really generous, and I'm going to give those 4 out of 5 globes. One of these days, I'm going to figure out my yeast problem. I really am. Oh, and the pork was supposed to have this sort of sauce on top, which didn't work out because of the way it was cooking. So we're just going to punt on that one. It tasted okay, but it totally wasn't a sauce. And finally, that Czech red cabbage. It was nice, it was toothsome, it wasn't mushy, it wasn't burnt like glass. It had a lot of great flavor from the vinegar and the sugar. I'm gonna give the red cabbage from Czechia 4 out of 5 globes. Overall, a wonderful night of great Central European cooking. Really enjoyed it, and there's more of it to come. And remember, if you'd like to see our streams live when they happen every Tuesday night, be sure to follow us on Periscope or Busker. Like and subscribe to be advised when these videos are posted every Wednesday night. And if you have any thoughtful feelings or helpful comments about the food of Czechia or any of our future nations, please feel free to sound off in the comments. Links to the original recipes will be found in the About section. And tune in next time when we stay in Europe but head north to Denmark! Open-faced sandwiches for everyone. Till then, thanks for watching and happy eating!